Hi guys, Sanjay from Savoys. We're back at our site in Buckinghamshire and I just thought I'd give you an update because we've come to check up on the site and see where we are. It's nearly Christmas and usually at this time what happens is contractors go on holiday, they get sick because of the weather that we have in the UK and there's a delay on materials. Now what we have here is the latter. So what's happened is, as you know, we get all our cupboards and kitchens bespoke fitted. And what's happened here is the contractor himself is snowed under and due to that, he's delayed, which is now delayed the builder doing the flooring, as you can see here, so the flooring's not done, and basically finishing everything off because we've started painting, but we need the flooring done before we finish off because the tiling needs to be done in the bathroom, as you can see here. It's not been done, so as soon as that's done, then they're gonna crack on. But the only good thing is that the second fix for the electrics and plumbing is in place. So if I'm honest with you, I think this will be done in about 3 weeks time, will be completed, which is happy days because of what we achieved here. So just to give you a background on this, we thought we'd get 4 HMOs above the commercial, but we end up getting 6 using the back of the commercial, which I'm going to show you now. But I'll give you a quick tour. So this is one room here. Ronnie's walking backwards into another room over here right now. They're all spacious rooms, you can have a look. So, you know, as you can see here, we utilize all the space because normally if you're trying to get a cupboard here, you probably end up, I don't know, probably around there actually. Whereas this, as you can see, is bespoke fitted wardrobes. Ronnie, you can show them inside as well. So bespoke fitted wardrobes and, you know, for anybody staying here, they'll have more space because of this. We've got lovely wall radiators. I won't take this off, but you get the gist of it, I hope. There you go, this little glimpse over there. So we've got beautiful radiators here that we're using. And again, we've got an ensuite here, which is waiting for the flooring before we finish everything else off. And then we've got a desk, which we normally put here for people to work on or put their TVs, etc. on. There's a lot of developments going around here. So you probably have a look. Someone's just made those buildings over there. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, which is good for us. Let me show you now. So this is bedroom 2. So when we bought this, this was actually a lounge behind you. This was, I think that was the bedroom.
So, Seth, who designed all your floor plans? Is it you come up with it?
We work with the architects and try and see how we can sort of get the most out of the space we have. And then we have our contractors, our builders. And the chap who's doing this has been working with us since day dot. So he normally looks at something and says, well, actually, no, you should move this there because you get more space out of it. I mean, I'll give you an example. One of the houses I had many years ago, I thought, myself and an architect thought we'd get 4 bedrooms there. He came and said, no, you don't need to, no extension, no nothing, I'll get you 6. You got 6 beds out of it. So it always helps when everyone bangs their heads together.
I guess this is quite specialist what you're doing and not just any architect or anything.
No, I think it's a combination of experience, knowledge, which I suppose myself, Malkit, the architect and the builders have. And when we all put it together, we get a result like this, so it helps. So over here, this is the kitchen and you can see it's obviously the boiler, the mega flow room here. So that's going to be here. Then we've got another bedroom here. This one's quite unique because what's going to happen is they have their own entrance from the back there. So it's quite cool. So as soon as they come in, this is their entrance here and this is the bedroom over here. This is a little bit smaller, but it'll probably get the best, not the best, but probably a higher end because it's got its own entrance at the back. So that's this.
Have you ever had to sell a HMO?
Have I had to sell a HMO? That is a really good question. I'm trying to think. I've never had to sell anything, touch wood. Have I sold a HMO? No, because the whole purpose of getting HMOs is so you have a cash cow, if you like, and you're getting more return on your investment rather than having a buy-to-let, single buy-to-let.
When do you typically re-renovate a HMO? Is it like 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line? Or?
Do you know what? It's always ongoing. So generally, like if someone leaves a room, you want to give it a nice lick of paint. So whoever comes in is fresh, put silicone around the shower trays so it doesn't leak and just have a look at that. But the major things like the flooring and everything else, we actually make sure that the flooring we use, as you can see over here, that's luxury vinyl flooring. So it gives, that's going to be long lasting. It's waterproof and you generally don't have to change that for years and years and years. Like you said, about 10 odd years. I mean, if that, it may even last longer. So general wear and tear, you're always doing that as the tenants coming in and out, but stuff like this, you don't have to do. But this is another bedroom now. I'll just destroy it as I go. You can take them down there, Ronnie, because it's a bit tight there. So yeah. This is one here. And then we've got another room here, which is nice and spacious. You can see the front high streets over here. But yeah, so you can see, look, we have all the wires put in already for the fire alarm. You probably want to see behind the door, we've got the intercom system, and that's really important. We've said this before in videos that we have intercom systems, because if someone comes on the door and rings the bell, generally you don't want all the tenants going downstairs. Whereas if you have, room 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they'll always put the address plus room this, whatever room it is, and they'll buzz that room. So you know it's for you. And if you get a guest round, they can buzz you rather than disturb the whole household.
So how did you get to, I guess, this stage where you have like a blueprint for HMO? And was it just trial and error, or?
Trial and error, 100%. We used to put carpet in our properties and we had to change carpets. We didn't have intercom systems. We used to have keys. As you can see now, we got keyless. I've got a bag of keys at home. I can show you thousands of keys in there. This is so much easier because we have the codes. When a tenant leaves, you change the code of this, change the code of the front door, update the tenants that are in the property so no one else can come in. It's so much easier. It takes 5 minutes to change the code rather than come and change the keys because someone make a copy. So things like this we've learnt along the way.
Do you know what? I've seen quite a bit of people, I think, do really luxurious, like crazy HMOs, crazy colours, this and that. From speaking to you, I think you're a little bit against that and you always like to keep it the same. Every single property is the same. Why is that?
I wouldn't say I'm against it. I just think that we sort of have a uniform with our HMOs and have, something which is nice, not loud and proud. We have done a few HMOs which are loud and proud. I think we've got 3 or 4 which look really, really nice. And I just think what happens there is when you then go get lick a paint, you've got to find the same color, same this, whatever it is. And we have tubs and tubs of the same sort of colored paint that we use. It makes our life easier, our maintenance guys' life easier. And that's what it's about. We're providing a service and it is a business, but we want our life to be easier as well. Right, let's have a look down here. So we normally would come through the front, but as you know, Ronnie, that's been blocked off. So behind this wall is a commercial unit, which we've blocked off now. So that's the fire exit. And this is another room, which we weren't gonna have first. So down here was gonna be the kitchen, but now, if you have a look inside, we've actually made another room here. So this is the design of my builder. He said, actually, why don't you utilize it, get an extra room here? Because we were gonna get 5 first. And he said, actually, no, switch it up, because there was gonna be a kitchen down here, and a smaller kitchen down here and a smaller kitchen upstairs. He said, no, don't do that. Eat into the room a little bit. Let's take the kitchen upstairs and make a room down here, because look, this will probably generate another £10,000 a year, so it makes more sense to have this than have 2 kitchens. So this is, and to be honest with you, if this person wants to use the kitchen, it's 10 seconds up the stairs, so it's fine.
So Sam, what do you look for in a deal? Every site I've gone to, it's always amazing deals, the numbers are great. What do you look for? Do you go reviewing the site, or?
One thing I look for generally is the depth of a shop. I try and make sure that you have enough space at the back to utilize it like we have here, or to make a studio at the back, as you've seen in previous videos, and you've seen them, Ronnie, anyway. So you try and make sure the length is enough. Like with this one, we've eaten into the length of the shop a little bit. The shop's already been rented out, and to be honest with you, I'm getting more rent than a few of the other shops down here. I think we're getting one of the higher rents here. So you make sure that the length is okay, make sure it's in a good area, and then you compare the prices. The areas that we generally buy in, we know the areas, we know the prices, what they go for. So this was on the market for a while, and I don't know why it wasn't selling, but I just came in and said, look, I'll give you a cash offer, make it quick, offer them something below what they wanted. We sort of met in the middle, and the numbers have been discussed before. It's fantastic numbers we're going to make on this. But yeah, that's how you make it work. I think with this one though, we were fortunate to make the numbers work even more because we've got a 6-bed HMO rather than a 5.
When do you start advertising the HMO rooms?
We will start advertising it literally when we're probably when everything's in and the last coat of paint's going on. So it's got about a week or 10 days left. Then we market it, and normally what happens is people will come in even while the paint is in. We sort of show them around, and they have fresh rooms, and generally that's the best time to market them because people want to be the first people in that property.
So obviously you guys have undergone a lot of works here.
Yep.
What was your first commercial to resi conversion like? Was it a little bit scary, or do you remember it?
I've disappeared, I'm back again. My first one.
Wait, before we go into that, I just noticed we've got sensor lights everywhere. Why do you guys do that?
What happens is, look, if you have switches for this is obviously a passageway. So if it's not being used, it's costing money, wasting electricity, and using up the bulb, if you like. So if, for example, I was living here, I might come down, put a switch on, go in there, come back up, and just not even bother turning it off again. Whereas with sensor lights, it just saves, it's cost, right? So it's energy efficiency, that's what it is.
Okay, and then your first commercial resi project?
Oh my God, I'm trying to remember what it was. We've been doing this for too long. Look, if I'm honest with you, I can't remember, right? But I'll tell you one thing, every project we still do, you're always nervous about it, no matter what happens, because like with this one, we had to apply for Class MA and try and convert the back, etc., etc. And you're just not sure what the council's going to bring on you, what they're going to say. With this one, it was actually, so give an example, with this one, once we applied for it, they said it's in an Article 4 area, and we were like, this is like a magic trick. I go on a turn, come back up. They said it's an Article 4 area. We said, no, it's not. So then I had to go back and forth and try and prove it wasn't, because I'd done my research and it wasn't. But they do have an Article 4 area here, directive, but it's about some egg farms. You can't have an egg farm here. So it wasn't to do with the property itself, it was to do with egg farm. So they were right, but I was right. So we got it passed, which is the main thing, which I showed you the sign outside. But yeah, you're always a bit nervous. I think I've said before that doing HMO houses is much easier than doing commercial residentials. Commercial residentials are more profitable, but there's a lot more work that goes into this than generally getting a C3 to C4 with a normal house.
So obviously this is quite a specialist thing to do. How would someone go about getting involved in, their first HMO project or their next commercial to Resi or their next HMO, and they want to do it like this?
Look, Ronnie, as you know, we've gone from developers to education is one of our platforms. We try and help people, which we have courses and everything else. And we've recently set up a VIP community where people bring us deals. We have calls with them, one-to-one calls, group calls, and we help them with our power team. We analyze their deals for them. We talk about our deals and talk about, give them sort of like this deal here, give them a video of it and show them what we've done, what the issues were, how we overcame them. So I think it's really important for people to join that VIP community if they want to know more. And if you want to join us, just inquire, and one of the teams will come back to you and show you how it goes and what it involves, and can give you a sample of it. But it's important that you have someone with you holding your hand, because it is a lot of money and it's a scary experience if you're doing it by yourself. We've done it by ourselves. We've made a lot of mistakes and we're fortunate enough to be where we are today. But if I was to start again, I'd always want someone to hold my hand and get me through at least the first one. So this is why we're here to help, and this is why we have that VIP program. And Ronnie, as you know, even you've done your first project with us and you're on to your second, and I'm still holding your hand anyway. So, but yeah, so it helps. I mean, you know how easy it is when you have us with you. So it's important to have someone with knowledge and experience. There's a lot of people out there that say they have knowledge, and I'm sure they do. But I suppose the difference for us is, as you can see, we have the knowledge and we're actually doing it as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, and make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you at the next site.